Hello, I have two questions. My first question is that I want to hear how everyone feels about the victory of PGC, and my second question is to Coach Bae. So Gen.G didn't perform very well like yesterday during the last half of the match and until the middle stage of the matches. And how did you coach the team to that led to the victory? Yes, that is true that we sometimes showed lackluster performance, but we refreshed our minds and we wanted to take it each step every time of the match during group stage and also semifinals, and I think that led to a good result. This is an answer from Pio. It was not an easy journey, and we did show some not very satisfactory performance during group stage and semifinals, but we really wanted to prove that we are worth the victory during the grand finals, and we did it, and it's going to be a very memorable experience. Loki said, "I'm very happy about what happened." And yesterday at the interview after the match, we were asked how we feel about getting the first rank of yesterday, day one, and I answered that tomorrow's results will determine if we will smile today or not. And right now we're having the big smile because we won, and I'd like to thank everyone for their support and encouragement. And I'd like to thank the coach, Mingyu, and also I hope that in the future I have an opportunity to speak about my sponsor and also the company. Esther said, it was never about the final victory, but we always wanted to try our very best for every match, and we didn't want to leave any regrets behind. That was the most important thing for us. And there were times that we could have done better, but overall we're very, very happy about what we did. And actually we had Korean food for lunch, and I think that is definitely something for our victory. And thank you, coach, and the owner of our league for letting us eat Korean food for lunch. Tammy said, we still can't believe that we won the PGC, and thank you, coach, for carrying us so much. And I'd like to thank every teammate for the great strategy and the great performance. Thank you. Hi, my name is Kayla Later, and we had a very hard time because we didn't perform very well at the PKL, and we went through some very hard time. We had to look back on our mistakes and really find out what was wrong to make improvements. But like Pio said, I think we did a great job of proving ourselves that we are worth of the victory. And my answer to the second question asked by the reporter. So we thought a lot about what happened at PNC because we thought that we were going to win, but we lost to Russia at the end. So we really wanted to go back to the fundamentals and stay true to what makes us great. And when 4 a.m. took over us during the match, I actually thought that it was a good sign because we had an opportunity to turn it around. It was a very motivating force to focus on the game again, because back in PNC we didn't have a chance to turn it around when Russia took us over, but then this time we did. So I think it was a good opportunity.
This is actually a fun question. Next to the $2 million purse.
I don't think I'm particularly interested in that. So when I first heard your question, I thought you were asking that now that we won the $2 million prize pool, do we want to go to the Disneyland? And then we thought, sure, why not? And then the question was actually about like sitting on a cereal box, and I'm not sure if we understand the question correctly, but I don't think we are very interested in that. Question, among the top 5 teams, what do you think is your strength? And the second part of the question is, were you guys worried that any other team will take over in the final match? A lot of people think that I'm just a shooter. I'm really good at shooting only, but I think through PGC I proved myself as someone who's capable of giving orders and capable of establishing strategy. So I don't think people will say that about me anymore. And also, we actually weren't worried that other teams other teams taking over, because all we cared about was doing our very best and focusing on the game. It's a very well-known fact that Korean teams are very good when it comes to strategy and the overall gameplay, but we know that through PGC, 4AM, FaZe, and other teams show that they are very strong and aggressive at short-distance games, and when it comes to short-distance games, they deal a great damage. So I was wondering, do you think Korean teams or Gen.G will also be great in terms of that in the future? Answer. I think all the teams who participated in the grand finals of PGC are fantastic teams, and we do know that FaZe and 4AM are very aggressive and deal a great damage when it comes to short distance matches. But since we have very different strategies, we don't really get to fight them until the very last moment. And I think actually the fact that we won the grand finals proves that we are well-rounded in every aspect, and we are the very best, and we'll go back to Korea and then continue to show great performance at PKL.